Welcome to the Night Radio and Television Station. Here comes to the news today. The government has just issued a resolution on the main tasks and solutions for the implementation of the Socio-Economic Development Plan and the state budget's estimate in 2022.
The resolution clearly states that 2022 is an important year, creating a foundation for implementing the goals of the 5-year plan 2021 to 2025. The government has set a goal to strive for GDP growth of 6 to 6.5% in 2022. GDP per capita reaching $3,900, dispersing 100% of the public investment capital plan, continue to maintain macroeconomic stability, control the average growth rate of the Customer Price Index (CPI) above 4%, ensuring major balance of the economy, cultural development in the harmony and on par with the socio-economic development, improve the capacity of the health system, especially preventive medicines and grassroots health care.
3 tons of frozen avocados, Bush 7th varieties from the Central Highlands provinces, has been officially distributed in the Australian market. This marks a new step in the process of building a brand and a market for the Vietnamese avocados in the world.
This part of goods is exported and distributed by Vietnam Udam Company. A company representative says that the entire shipment was ordered by agents and sold for about 7 AUD per kilogram, equivalent to 120,000 VND per kilogram. Although Australia is known as a power of avocado production, with an output of more than 87,500 tons in 2019 to 2020, bringing in revenue of more than 450 million AUD, about 324 million USD, the Vietnam Trade Office reported. In Australia, the potential to export avocados from Vietnam to Australia is huge, competitive in price and quality.
On the occasion of the Lunar New Year in 2022, the Fatherland Fund Committee in Trang Bom District organized a visit and present gifts to the difficult Chorus ethnic households.
A total of 70 gifts of necessities were given to the Kora ethnic households with difficult circumstances at the Kora ethnic village in Song Thao commune, with a total value of 35 million VND. All of the above gifts are sponsored by the District Fatherland Fund Committee. Although the gifts are not very large, they have partly helped the families to have a warmer test, showing the caring of the authorities at every level when test comes.
The New York Times has called the U.S.-Russian conciliation in Geneva a victory for Kremlin because it highlights the issue of spending the North Atlantic Treaty Organizations, which is causing concern in Moscow.
The New York Times analyzed that even without U.S. concessions, the January talks are a victory for the Kremlin, and the issue of NATO expansions, which has bothered Russian President Vladimir Putin for a long time, is brought to the top issues. Moscow demanded that NATO's military presence needs to be reduced to early 1990s level, as well as the United States abandoning the development of the forces in countries that were once part of the Soviet Union and are now NATO members. It is reported that Washington is willing to discuss establishing measures to limit the size of the exercise and increase transparency. Experts note that the U.S. had seriously prepared for the negotiation, and the level of preparation is a signal to Russia. Head of the Russian delegation in Geneva, Deputy Foreign Ministry Sergei Ryabkov, also highly appreciated the preparation of the U.S. in the talks.
After the US, on January 12, Russia will participate in the meeting of the Russia-NATO Council in Brussels. The US Permanent Representative to NATO, Julian Smith, says that the US does not see an opportunity to reach a compromise with Russia on the issue of NATO expansion eastward.
In an interview with CNN, Smith says, "Honestly, I don't see much possibility of a compromise. As noted by the U.S. representative to NATO, at the moment, no one has proposed to change the policy of the North Atlantic Alliance regarding to the continued expansion of these organizations. In mid-December, the Russian Foreign Ministry published draft agreement with NATO and the United States on ensuring security in Europe. The draft emphasized that the United States should stop establishing military base on territories of former Soviet Union countries that are not members of the NATO, and that the Union should also stop expanding eastward.
Here comes to the end of our news today. Thanks for watching us. Have a good time. Goodbye.